Vandalism in Medjugorje. Polish citizen arrested. A man suspected of damaging several prominent religious sites in Medjugorje was arrested after only a few hours of searching. Police apprehended him shortly before 1 p.m. in the village of Cherno, near Medjugorje, following a coordinated law enforcement operation. According to preliminary information released by authorities in Bosnia and Herzegovina, the suspect is believed to be a Polish citizen. His identity has not yet been officially disclosed, and investigators are continuing their inquiries to determine the motive and reconstruct the exact sequence of events. Statue defaced and outdoor altar set on fire. The first alarm was raised in the early hours of the morning. At approximately 4:30 a.m., authorities received a report that the statue of the Virgin Mary on Podbrdo, also known as Apparition Hill, had been vandalized. The face and hands of the statue had been covered with black paint. Offensive messages had also been written on its base, including insults directed at the Virgin Mary and accusations that the Medjugorje visionaries had lied. Approximately 30 minutes later, authorities received a second report concerning the outdoor altar at St. James Church, one of the main locations used for religious celebrations at the shrine. The altar had reportedly been doused with a flammable liquid and set on fire. A video circulated on social media appears to show a person approaching the site with a fuel container, pouring liquid over the altar, starting the fire, and then fleeing. Emergency responders quickly extinguished the flames, preventing more extensive damage. Search operation and arrest. Law enforcement agencies launched an extensive search immediately after the two acts of vandalism. Several hours later, the suspected perpetrator was located in a rural area near Cherno. Officers took him into custody without further incident, according to initial reports. Investigators must now determine whether the same individual was responsible for both attacks. They are reviewing available video footage, collecting evidence, and interviewing potential witnesses. Particular attention is being given to the suspect's motive, which has not yet been officially established. Parish calls for prayer and forgiveness. The Medjugorje parish expressed deep sorrow over the incident, describing it as a serious act of vandalism against places dedicated to worship and prayer. Cleaning and restoration work began immediately, with numerous volunteers helping to return the affected areas to normal as quickly as possible. Despite the seriousness of the attack, the religious community urged the faithful to not respond with anger or a desire for revenge. Instead, pilgrims were encouraged to react through prayer, fasting, and forgiveness. The parish also called for prayers for the conversion of the person responsible and for peace among all peoples, in keeping with the message of reconciliation long associated with Medjugorje. Religious services continue as scheduled. The shrine remains open and accessible to pilgrims. Masses, prayer meetings, and all other religious activities will continue without interruption. Restoration work will proceed alongside the regular liturgical program, while authorities continue their investigation to establish responsibility and clarify every aspect of the incident.